Everybody, happy to have you all here. If you have any question, you can put it in the chat or raise your hand up and I'll be able to call you. All right, so I'm going to share my screen for you guys. Let me make sure I can share in my screen. Okay, yep, I'm sharing this screen. All right, I'm sharing my screen here. So today we are going to be talking about Amazon FBA. If you see me looking over here, I'm looking at my second monitor. We're going to be talking about Amazon FBA. So this is basically for people who like are beginners. They don't really know what Amazon FBA is, or they have just started learning about it, but they have some questions that I can help with. So that is what we'll be talking about today, Amazon FBA. Okay. So again, about me, my name is Marvlin Ume. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and I started this business 2 years ago after I graduated from pharmacy school. I was supposed to have started this business a longer time than 2 years ago, but after I graduated from pharmacy school in 2016, I was listening to Dave Ramsey a lot so that I can figure out how to pay back my student loans. So some of the things that the community, the Dave Ramsey community people talk about is side hustle, get a side gig, right? So I have 2 children. I was thinking, what can I get that I can do by the side and still do my full-time job, and I have a family. So I listened to different people and I dived into selling online. So I decided to listen to different podcasts about selling online, and someone was talking about selling on Amazon. The guy was talking about a different method where they'll get products from Alibaba and supply and bring it here and sell on Amazon. That was going to require a lot of investment, upfront investment. So that kind of delayed me. I didn't sign up for his class. I didn't continue with the business until 2 years ago. I listened to some other person who was talking about selling on Amazon, and the person just requested us to sign up with about $50 to get like an 8-hour class of $50. I did sign up. I was like, oh, what is $50? I'll sign up. So I signed up, and the person talked about this model, which I've been doing for the 2 years now. And this model is known as online arbitrage or retail arbitrage. It's different from the model that the person on the podcast was talking about, which was more like a private label. I'll explain all of that again later on. So I built a 6-figure Amazon business doing this thing part-time. I still work as a pharmacist. I started selling on Walmart 1 year ago as well. So I also sell on Walmart Marketplace. And I'm really passionate about helping beginners, especially people from Africa, because this I've realized that we are not many of us in this space. There are not many people from Africa in this space. And and I feel like it's because of the way that we were brought up. Is go to school, you get a job, you work that job, or maybe if you can change the job, you change it, stay in your career, stay in your lane until you retire and you get your benefits, right? Which is a safe way in quote to do it, but you never know what will happen tomorrow. And it's also okay. It may come out right, but it's also good to have that extra income, not to have just one source of income. And having a business is the best way in this country because I've come to realize that this country favors small business owners. You can write off so many things during your taxes that you cannot write off if you're just doing a W-2. So it's good to have something on the side. I've been doing this Amazon business for 2 years and Walmart for 1 year, and I'm really passionate about it. I love it. I'm seeing I would say that I'm beginning to reap the fruit of my labor. The first year, you labor a lot during the first year, but by the time you get to your second year and after that, you come to realize that the labor that you put in the first year was definitely worth it. Okay, so let's get straight to the point. What is Amazon FBA, right? So F stands for fulfilled by, B stands for buy, A stands for Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon, right? So Amazon FBA is like the general term, but there is also, it actually means that Amazon is the one fulfilling this product for you. There is also FBM, which means you are the one sending the product to your customers, correct? So you find the products, you send products into Amazon, Amazon stores the inventory, a customer buys them, Amazon ships those products to the customer, and Amazon handles the customer service. So that is the Amazon FBA. FBM would just be you find the product, right? You have it at home, you don't send it to Amazon. You have it at home, a customer buys it, you are the one that will ship this product to the customer. And that is merchant fulfilled FBM, and it's all still going on Amazon's platform because the customer buys from Amazon's platform. Not you don't have any other website. It's not your personal website. The customer is Amazon's customer. They've come there. They see this product. They buy it. If you have it in stock, you have it at home. You are the one that will fulfill this order for this customer. So that's known as FBM, fulfilled by merchants. Okay. They will try to put everything under the umbrella of FBA, which just means that you're working with Amazon, Amazon is fulfilling on your behalf. And that is the way I would recommend every new seller to start by sending things to Amazon for Amazon to fulfill because they handle the customer service, they handle returns, they handle many different things. Especially if you're still working your 9 to 5 job, you don't have a lot of time doing this handling returns, handling customer service, prepping yourself and sending to the different customers. You just do one big shipment and send into Amazon, and Amazon will do that part. It will send it to the customers on your behalf. So why Amazon FBA? Why would you want to do FBA? Like I was saying, you can do it as a part, you can start it on a part-time basis. You can do it from anywhere, right? You can do FBA from literally anywhere. I can be in Africa right now, and my FBA, Amazon FBA business is still going on. It's still going to be growing. It's still going to be moving forward. I'll be leveraging other services like a prep center. I'll just need to buy online, send it to the prep center. I pay them, they ship it, send it to Amazon warehouses, and then if a customer buys, Amazon sends it to the customers, and I make a profit. So you can also grow at your own pace if you're doing Amazon FBA because you're not in any rush. You're not the one putting these things in the box. You're not the one. It's not slowing down your business. All you have to do is you just set in if you have 2 hours, you put in the 2 hours that you have. If you have more than 2 hours to do other things, you put in that time as well, and you send it in to Amazon's warehouse for them to fulfill for you. So Amazon FBA is the way I would recommend every new seller to start selling on Amazon. All right, so what's the workflow like to start selling on Amazon? You open your Seller Central account, and there is a link. It's called, I'll show you the link. Once you get your Seller Central account, I'll add the link also in this video, in the Zoom. Once you get your Seller Central account, you find products. Finding products, that's the part that is most important, yet it's the most challenging part, because it's not just any kind of product that you find and send into Amazon. You have to know how to source. And how do you know how to source? We have something called Keepa. Keepa is like it scrapes the whole of Amazon's website. So way back, like it goes way back. It tells us the history of the products. It tells us how much these products have been selling for, how many sellers used to sell it. The sellers are coming down, the price is going up. So Keeper tells us all of those things. And so we need all those kind of things, resources, to be able to determine if this is a profitable product or not. Okay, if we don't have those resources, you're just buying blindly and you just do like a try and error, which will make you end up losing your money. So you need to know how to source profitable products. And you know that by reading the Keeper, know how to read the Keeper graph, know how to source using the Keeper graph. Also, you can also check some clearance eyes. If the price is very low and on Amazon is still at the usual price, then you know that that product will make profit. But is it selling? It's Keeper that will tell you if that product is selling well, because you can still buy a very good product at a cheaper price, but you send it into Amazon and it doesn't sell. Customers don't buy it, that product. So you need to make sure that the product, you go by products that have a history, a good history, that they sell well. And those things are being taught, and you just need to find time to learn them. Once you learn them, you'll be able to make great decisions on your sourcing. So once you source, you purchase the inventory, you prep the products. When it comes to prepping, you can either send it to your house, you ship it to your house, and then you prep it. And we prep it by putting in a poly bag and then put some stickers on them. Or you can use a prep center, like I mentioned earlier. There are centers that prep for you, especially if you're working full time, you don't have the time to prep, or you don't have the space, because just bringing boxes into your house, it takes a lot of space. It just makes the place messy. So you don't have that kind of space to put boxes. You can use the prep center. You pay them and then they'll do those services for you while you keep sourcing and buying the products, and you make sales, and then you get profit. Amazon takes its fees and you put back the money into the business. So the tools I use for this business, and I'll recommend, first of all, you have to have your Seller Central account. Once Amazon has approved you to become a seller, you have that account. And Keeper, like I mentioned, is the first tool that everyone needs. Keeper, once you have Keeper, you can be able to tell if that product is profitable or not. You can be able to make informed decisions. Then the next one that I use is MultiSellerPro. MultiSellerPro is a calculator, as well as it's like also it scrapes other websites to tell us profitable products on other websites, and then matches them to the ace in the products on Amazon. And we see if it's profitable, we buy it. If it's not profitable, we don't buy it. It just helps us with sourcing. And they also have a calculator that helps you to tell if your product is going to be profitable based on the price you put in there and the price that it's selling on Amazon, based on the cost and the price that it sells. So MultiSellerPro is very important, as well as Keeper. I will drop the links in this file when I attach this file to the Zoom. Okay. So the where do you source? Someone asked me this question: where would you buy these products to sell on Amazon? Is it Alibaba, Temu, and all the like? And no, we do not source from Alibaba or Temu. I do not source from Alibaba or Temu or AliExpress. Those products are not branded. They are not branded. They just made and then maybe put like a brand on it. They may put like a Nike brand on it, but it's not real. It's not the actual Nike's product. So we don't source from those suppliers because Amazon needs us to buy from reputable suppliers, distributors, wholesalers. Okay, like reputable. We don't need to buy from Asia to bring here. I don't do that. That method is known as private label. So you can go to Alibaba, AliExpress, look for a product and reach out to a manufacturer there in Asia and they bring it here. But they usually require like a large amount. So you have to put like a large upfront cost and you're not sure that it's going to sell because that product, people don't usually buy that. They're not used to buying that product here. So you have to do some advertisements. So the products we do, and I would recommend everyone that is a beginner to start with, right, is known as online arbitrage or retail arbitrage. Okay, first of all, what is arbitrage? It's buying low, selling high. You buy low from Walmart, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, or the clearance section, online retailers that are reputable, and also wholesale suppliers. We buy low from them at a low cost. We sell at a higher price on Amazon so that we can get at least some profit. We get our money back and also some profit, and also we pay Amazon's fees for using their platform. So that is arbitrage. So online arbitrage is just shopping online. Go to walmart.com and target.com, costco.com, check their supplies there and see if you can buy something using the tool MultiSellerPro. See if you can buy something from there and send into Amazon. It will come to your house. You prep it by putting in a poly bag as well as putting a sticker on it, and then you send it into Amazon's warehouse. Okay, so these are some of the stores I shop from, and I'll advise that you shop from because these are reputable stores that actually work directly with the wholesalers. They work directly with the brands. So this once Amazon asks for an invoice, these are the kind of store. If you give them these products, the invoice from these suppliers, they are usually very okay with them and they will accept those invoices. So I would advise to source from reputable suppliers like these ones. There are many others. These are just some examples. Okay, so common beginner mistakes. Buying without research, like not understanding Keepa, and you just quickly buy. You see a product is selling for $2, you scan it, and on Amazon it's selling for $18. You'll be like, oh wow, this product is selling at Walmart for $2 and $18 on Amazon. You quickly buy it without checking Keepa to see does this product really sell well? Are people buying this product? Maybe that's why the price is so low because people don't want it, right? So you have to check Keepa and see all those things. How many sales is occurring in a month? That will also give you an idea of how much of the product to buy, how many of the products to buy, or how much to spend for that product. Okay, so another, like I said here, buying too much inventory. If you don't know how much to buy, you may end up buying a lot. You'll be like, oh, they have all of this. You buy a lot and you don't know if it's actually going to sell. And that stays in Amazon's warehouse. Amazon charges us storage fees every month. So you want to make sure that you are buying just things that are selling quickly so that you get back your money and turn it in. Okay, another thing is chasing every deal. Chasing every deal is also not really good because once those deals run out, you will be left with an empty store. You don't know how to source again because you're just chasing deals, chasing deals. But if you have products that are selling at a constant price, those are called replenishable product, replens, right? We call them replens for short. You have those kind of product a lot on your catalog. You can be able to replenish as many times as you sell out. You sell out, you replenish, you sell out, you replenish. You have like a constant flow of income coming in. But if you're chasing deals all the time, you're not really sure, because once the deals go out, you have to keep chasing again. It just drains you out rather than having a steady flow of supply where, once I sell out, I know where to go buy it. So all things like that really help the business. Those are some of the mistakes that beginners make. And also expecting overnight success. For real, this is my second year. I can now say this business is really a very good business. But in the first year, I could have quitted in the first year, but I just kept going, telling myself that I'm not gonna quit, because in the beginning is you have to put the work in. It's a little tough in the beginning than it is after like 1.5 years. You feel like you're really reaping the fruit of your labor. You're seeing what you put in, the labor that you put in the beginning is beginning to produce results, because it's not an overnight success. I will not advise anyone to start taking out profit as soon as they start making profit in this business. My advice would be to keep putting back in as much as you can after paying maybe your softwares, paying for your inventory. If you're using a prep center, pay your prep center supplies, all those things, right? Put back as much as you can, especially if you're still working your 9 to 5, which is what I would recommend. Continue working your 9 to 5 job and do this business. Give yourself at least 1.5 years before you can say, okay, I'm going to maybe go part-time, or if you want to go all in, at least then you have had a proof of concept. You have understood how the business is going on, what needs to be done. You know how to source for products. You can tell products that are good, and then you invest your money in it. So no overnight success in this business. Okay, so my advice for beginners would be to learn the process. Like I said, learn how to read the Keepa graph, learn how to send inventory in, learn how to which suppliers are reputable, how to source from reputable suppliers. It's not every online store that you buy from that is a reputable supplier. No, I can create an online store. Many people can create an online store. You cannot buy from them. Those are third-party sellers. Even on Amazon, we cannot buy from third-party sellers. From Walmart, we cannot buy from third-party sellers. So you have to know how to source, who to buy from, and um, how much quantity to buy. Okay. You want to make data-driven decisions. Yeah, use Keepa to make those data-driven decisions. And you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. Every day, at least 2 hours. Every day, at least 2 hours. You have to treat it as a business. You may not see in the beginning, you may not see the profit coming in like that. But the more you learn how to source, the more you understand the process, the more you put into the business, you invest into the business, you'll be able to see the profit. Yeah, reinvest your profit again. Yep. I cannot emphasize more on that. Like it's just something that in order to see this business grow and you feel comfortable in this business, that is just the best way to start. Don't start taking out your profit right away. Reinvest the profit. Someone asked me how long will it take for them to make about $10,000 profit in a month. And my answer was that it depends on how much time you have to invest in the business, right? How much money you put into the business, because this is an inventory-based business. We have to buy inventory and process it and prep it and send it to Amazon. They make a sale, you get the profit, and you have to repeat. If you just do it one time, you're not gonna make much profit. You just make maybe $10 profit now. Then if you don't do it again, repeat it, then it's just gonna be $10 profit. The money only comes by you sending in products, making a sale, getting your profit. That's just how it comes. So it's gonna depend on how much time you have, how much money you have to invest in the business, and also how much you understand, because you need to be able to make informed decision. Buy profitable product, because you may still buy a lot of product, you have a lot of money. You don't know how to source, you don't know profitable, how to tell if a product is profitable. You're going to make a loss because you buy products that are not going to sell. They'll be there in Amazon, they'll keep charging you storage fees. And also, and after some time, the price goes down, thanks, and you realize that, oh, I'm actually losing money, you know? So you have to learn all those things, learn how to add in, read all those Amazon fees. Sometimes in the beginning, one of the mistakes I made was I did not include my fees into my calculation, because there's fees there, shipping fees into the prep center. I was buying heavy things, you know, all those heavy things. When you're shipping into Amazon's warehouse, you have to pay for them per pound. I did not realize that. So I was just going by what the face value. I didn't know that I had to go into the back and put in my pounds, my shipping to Amazon's fees. All those things really made me to not get good success in the first year. But after I understood the process, like, oh, I need to include these fees in my calculation and also in my decision if I'm going to buy this product or not, then I started seeing results, I started seeing uh, progress, I started seeing profit as well. Okay, and also one thing I would like to advise is put in the amount that you're comfortable losing. It's a risk you're taking, right? Don't go and get a huge amount of loans and you know you are not comfortable. If you lose that money, it's really going to affect you. You know, put in the amounts that you're comfortable losing, especially in the beginning when you're still not sure. You want to understand everything, how to do things, if this business is really gonna is making sense before you start investing or taking um credit cards that have 0% interest, credit cards that many of them that are willing to give you those credit cards. So you want to understand this business, and so that the 0% for 12 months credit cards, you can put it in, you buy profitable products, turn it around for at least twice or three times before that 0% interest credit card is it comes to for the time to pay interest, right? And then you can just stop and take another one. That's how many people grow this business. But you have to be smart about it. Okay, so like I said, I've made over 150K, actually over 200K in a year selling on Amazon. Okay, and I built this when I was working full time. I started doing this business when I was working full time. Okay, you can do it on a part-time basis. Right now, I do work part-time, and it's because I'm able to get some money from my business as well as for my career. So my goal is to help others, especially I'm really, really interested in helping people from Africa because we are so few in this space. And I feel I need my people to come on, let's talk together, let's understand each other. And something that you want to really share, you don't know if it's okay to share, but I want people that fully understand them and they understand me and I feel free, comfortable to share some things. So I really want to help Africans, especially to get started in this business. Okay, so the next thing would be I do have a community. It's on Discord. It's a $19 per month membership. So we do weekly trainings. I teach you how to research products, how to read Keepa, and also mostly the most important thing is sourcing. Sourcing, I teach you the different sourcing strategies I've learned these past 2 years that have helped me with make my business profitable. So that is what we'll be doing in that community and also be working with me alongside me answering questions. So it's $19 per month. If you are interested in this, I will put the link in here as well when I send in these slides. I'll put the link to the community. So we'll just work together. There are so many this business is not hard. It's just so many different parts that someone needs to show you. how to do. Once you do it 1 or 2 times, you understand to do it the next time, but somebody just needs to show you because it's not easy to just read it and follow the direction. It's just a different language, but it's simple. It's just a different language. So it takes someone's time to actually show you, work with you to do it. So that's the reason why I decided to form this community so that I can give my full attention to the people in the community, answer their questions, help them along this journey. This is something I did not have when I started. Like I said, the African community in this space is so like almost negligible, like almost zero. Just a handful. I can count my maybe I don't even know how many Africans I know. I don't think it's up to 5 or 6 that I know. I know they are there, but it's so few. It's so few that I don't know that many, So yeah, I did not have this community. I was just struggling in the beginning. I joined that community that they trained me for 8 hours when we paid the $50 in the beginning. That ended up being about $7,000 of just training. Um, so I did pay $7,000 down for somebody to train me, but still, I still did not have my questions answered. I didn't have like somebody to talk to like that. If you want to have a question, I still had a lot of questions, but it was just more courses to watch rather than actually talking to somebody, asking your individual question and someone actually answering them for you. So basically, I did not have that in the beginning, but yeah, it took a while. It took a while for me to get that community, to get myself situated. Yeah, but I'm here. I'm willing to help out as much as I possibly can. If you have any question, feel free in the Discord. You can ask your questions in the Discord, even in the group right here. But it's gonna be more attention in the Discord because of the time, the number of people, and one person trying to meet everyone's needs. Yeah. All right, so that is it for now. And if there are any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, or you can send me an email, you can send me a message. I'll be very, very happy to answer those questions for you. So we are going to do a little bit of sourcing. Sourcing. So we're going to be sourcing from Walmart. Oops. So when someone comes in and says they want to source, what do they mean by that? That means they're looking for profitable products to sell on Amazon, right? So usually we go to clearance aisles, like clearance section. If you're in the store, you go to clearance aisles. But if you're here online, you're searching the clearance section. So you can go to departments. These are actually clearance. Yeah. I want to see all their clearance. Let's say clearance toys. So you have clearance toys, right? Yeah, like these Fugler toys are $3.97. So I use MultiSeller Pro. MultiSeller Pro has a life, universal life scan. With that universal life scan, you can launch it right here. And it tells you what to do. It says select a product, and then it says select a product title, select a product price. Okay, and then it tries to match this product with the one on the listing on Amazon. Not all the time it's accurate, but sometimes it is. Okay, so like this one, it says 80% match. And I look at it, it really looks like it's a match. So I'm going to click on this one here and takes me to my Amazon page. So when you're on Amazon page, MultiSellerPro is going to open up here on Amazon's page for us to read and tell if we can sell this product or not. And also if it's a profitable product. So MultiSellerPro, it comes also with a software and this calculator. It's verifying my authentication. On this website, I see that this product is selling at $562. So yeah, MultiSellerPro opened up here. So right here, it tells me this is a product. It tells me that this is a brand, Hot Wheels with matches. You see the brand matches, Hot Wheels, so that's good. And then you see the dimension. It just gives a little description. If I want to list this product, I'll be able to list it up by clicking sell. Here, there is something called IP. IP means intellectual property. Some businesses, some brands don't want their products to be sold on Amazon by sellers. So they would give like IP complaints about some sellers for selling their products. So once we see that Keepa graph will show us, you see Amazon will kick out most of the sellers and we'll see a steep on the Keepa graph. So that tells us. So MultiSellerPro checks that and tells us if it's profitable, if we have this IP complaint or not. But right now it's telling us that it's a safe ASIN. It's a safe product to sell. Okay. It's also not meltable and it's not a hazmat. Hazmat is like aerosols, like alcohols that cause inflammations when they're transported by air. So that's something that Amazon also doesn't like us to send into their warehouses. They have some specific warehouses. You have to apply to get to be able to send those kind of products to Amazon. So this is not a hazmat. But one thing you see here, it says gated. Okay. Gated, that is if I'm able to sell this product or not. If it says gated, that means I cannot sell it. Okay. It says gated, I cannot sell this product. I cannot even apply. If it said here that apply instead of gated, this place would have been orange, like the same color where the listing is, it would have been orange. If it said apply, then I would have been able to apply to sell. And that doesn't still mean I'll get it. I'll be able to sell it. It just means I can apply. Okay. And I have to meet up with the things that Amazon is requiring me to apply for the product, to be able to sell the product. Okay, or if it said it was in green, if it said approved or sell, then that would mean that I can sell this product. But right now it says I'm gated, so I cannot even buy this product to sell. I'm not going to buy it because I'm gated. But let's just use this as an example. So MultiSellerPro shows us the sellers here. We see that Amazon is one of the sellers. They're selling at the same price. They like to compete with Walmart and Target. So if you check the Walmart listing here, 5.62. So Amazon has realized that Walmart is selling at 5.62. So they are also selling at 5.62. But we're not going to compete with them. They have a stock of just one. We're going to look for another FBA seller, because we are going to be sending in our product as FBA. So this is our first FBA seller, and they're selling at 12.68. This is where we see FBA versus FBM, someone who is shipping directly to the customer. So FBA will be selling at 12.68. So we're going to put our sale price here as 12.68, and then we put the cost price here, which was 5.62. Okay, so we see that the profit after taking out some things here, if you're using a prep center, you want to put your prep fees, and if you're going to be shipping it to FBA, we're going to use about 0.8 dollars, so 8 cents per pound. Okay, this is a very lightweight thing. It doesn't even weigh up to half a pound, so it's like 0.48 pound. So it's not going to even cost us that amount of money, but we'll just put it there, and the MultiSellerPro will do the math for us. If there's any other cost, if you're using a prep center, you add the prep center's fee here. If you have a sales tax with Walmart, I do not have a sales tax, which is something that I'll teach you guys in the Discord. You have to get like your sales tax exemption certificate from your state, and then you take it to Walmart, and Walmart will exempt you from every sales tax. We are not the final consumers. The final consumer is the person buying from us, so they are the ones who pay the tax. We are not supposed to pay the taxes. Yeah. So I don't pay tax on Walmart. Um, if I'm going to be using a prep center, I'll put my prep center cost here. But this is something that is always supposed to be your 0.8 um, dollars per pound. Always have it, because you're going to be shipping into Amazon's warehouse. You do done, and you see that the profit there is 0.5, which is very, very small. I will not recommend you to sell something that the profit is less than $3 or $4, because there is fees. There are some storage fees that Amazon will be charging us every month. You have a storage fee. So if your product stays in their warehouse for 2-3 months, and you're selling at your profit is 0.5, that 0.5 will be eaten up by the next storage fee, and then you even be at a loss. So do not sell anything less than $3. Actually, in the beginning, less than $3 per unit. Then eventually, as you grow up, you want to get past that $3, because now you understand how to source. You get somebody to outsource. You'll be able to outsource this task by training somebody who has more time for them to source profitable products on your behalf. So that's where I am right now. I've trained my virtual assistant who sources for me, because I don't have a lot of time to do that, and they spend more hours sourcing and look for profitable products that I can sell back on Amazon. Okay, so that is how we source. If this product was profitable, we would go ahead and buy it, but because the product doesn't really give us good profit, I will not buy it. Okay, so I'll close out of this. You go to the next product, which is just the same thing that we did. We look for, I'm trying to see which ones like a match, like really match. Okay, like this Fugler toy here. I'm going to open it up. So I see that it does match the two, the Amazon and the Walmart pictures, they do match. So Walmart is selling it for $9.99. So basically you come back here to MultiSeller Pro. So MultiSeller Pro opened up. Just want to confirm that $9.99 price. Okay. I'm trying to confirm that $9.99 price where I saw that it's selling for $9.99. It says, or sale is okay right here. It says sale 12.99. Okay. I see a cost of, let me see if I can open it on Walmart here. Okay, I lowered that, took away that MultiSeller Pro. Universal scan. Okay, yeah, it's not selling. Walmart is not having it for $9.99, so we're not gonna go with that. This is the one that they have for $9.99. Let's open this one and see. And you want to make sure that you're shopping from Walmart. Right here where it says sold and shipped by Walmart, you want to make sure that that says Walmart, not a third-party seller, because Amazon will not accept if you buy from a third-party seller. They will not accept your invoice. So MultiSeller Pro you can search both Walmart and Amazon. So since we are searching for Walmart, for Amazon from Walmart, I just clicked here and it takes me to the Amazon's listing. And I can see what the sellers are listing this product for. So the sellers are listing at $24.95 on Amazon and they're buying on Walmart for $9.97. So this leaves us with a profit of $5, right? If you put in make sure that you have your 0.8, yeah, 0.8 dollars per pound. Okay, so this is good. This will give you a profit of $5. So this is something that I'll recommend. You buy it, even though it says it's an IP alert here. One thing I do not worry much is because there are so many sellers there. There are so many sellers on this listing. And I've personally sold, I still actually have a lot of Fugler toys in Amazon's warehouse. So, and I've not had an IP. So that doesn't really mean that there is like a counterfeit IP complaint from the brand. So you just need to understand how to read the Keepa graph. Those are some of the things that you know. Because sometimes a new seller is just like, oh, I'm running away from IP. Then you lose your sale. Look at $5 profit that you would have made, but you're running away just because you're not really sure. And that's why it's also good to have some guidance. You can ask me if I'm there, somebody is there, you can send the ASIN. Is this okay? Does this IP really? I see sellers there, and then we'll look into it and talk about it so that the next time you know how to tackle it. So this is a $5 profit, something you buy from Walmart, sent to your prep center or sent to your house, and then you pay, and they only have one or two. You see the other people are even going at a higher price, $25. So if you put $25 here, you even make more than $5. Maybe 25 points. This one has 25.99. Let's go with this person who has 11, 25.99. So they make $6. So that is definitely something to look into. All right. So basically that's how we source from different suppliers. This is 11 o'clock. 1 hour of not take a lot of your time. This is how we source from different suppliers. This is just Walmart. I source from the hundreds of suppliers you can source from. So you can do this thing from your home, right? You don't have to go to the store if you don't have the time. But if you have the time, you can also do it by going to the store. It can be like a shopping, exercising. Just go out to exercise, and also shop and make money. So this is how we do it, selling on Amazon and Walmart. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a chat in my messenger. I'll be willing to answer. Or you can ask the question in the group. I'll answer the question in the group right there on the Facebook group. I think that will be good so that others too can learn. I'll post the link of how to start selling. I've actually posted it already in the Facebook group, how to create your Seller Central account. So that's something that you definitely want to first get it before you can do anything. That's the first thing, because if Amazon doesn't allow you to sell on their platform, you won't be able to make any sales. So that's the first thing to take into consideration. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you didn't make it to this Zoom call, you can watch the replay. It's going to be in the Facebook events tab. Thank you. Have a great day.